I know I look like crap, but I thought I'd sort of tell y'all like what's been going on in my life. So, I feel sick. So, for a while now, and I know nobody cares, but I still like to give updates. But for a while now, for almost since I was 12, I'm now 20. I have always felt sick. But you know, that's whatever. But recently, it's like a lot worse. I can't eat no more. I mean, I can, but it's just like hard. I know I'm gonna be sick afterwards. Not that long ago, like 2 weeks ago, I think so. I think it's been 2 weeks. I got really dizzy and nauseous, and I should have wrote down what I was feeling, but no, it was last Wednesday. Sorry, last Wednesday. I was feeling really sick, and I go to the closest hospital to me, which I live in NC, so the hospitals where I'm at are really crappy. You're lucky if you can find a good doctor, because most of them just don't want to hear it, honestly, and they're real arrogant. I think that's the word. So I've had this one doctor 3 times now, and we'll get on to what he said. But they did an EKG and hooked me up to the monitor because of what I was complaining about. And my heart rate and blood pressure were up, which my blood pressure is always up. I have high blood pressure. It's not a constant thing, but I do have it. What else? Oh, they took blood. That's all they did. I think I was there for a good 3 hours. The doctor comes in, which my arm's still a little bruised from that one. It hurts a little. Doctor comes in and he goes, and this is like every time I go there, he says the same thing. He goes, "Oh, you have a UTI." And I told him, I said, "No, this isn't a UTI." And he goes, "Yes, it is." And I was like, "No." I was like, "I know my body. I know what a UTI feels like." I was like, "And I know I don't have one." And the only symptom I had was like my side hurt, and that was only because I've been holding my pee for 3 hours. Because when you're hooked up, it's hard to go to the bathroom without having a nurse like unhook you, and like, you know, it's a big hassle. And he sat there and he's like, "No, it's a UTI." And I told him, I was like, "No." I go, "So maybe I could have a UTI." I was like, "But that's not the problem I'm complaining about." He said, "Well, that's the one I'm going to treat." I said, "Okay, whatever." And the nurse comes in and I'm sitting there talking to her, and she goes, "Do you want us to do a scan on your stomach?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know, whatever it takes to know what's wrong." I was like, "Because I know it's not a UTI. I was like, "I get them consistently," which the hospital knows that. Because normally when I have a UTI, I just go and get antibiotics, which I don't have a doctor. So that's why I go the most expensive route. Welcome to my life. Which normally, like, I wait until, like, I'm hurting really bad to go get antibiotics. Because sometimes just taking, like, at-home medicine can help a lot. And drinking tons of water, you know, helps a lot. But then there's those times that it hurts too much and that medicine's no longer working. Off topic. he comes back in and he told me that he was not going to give me a scan, that he wasn't going to put me through that risk of developing cancer. And think about it, you have to go through it like a lot of times. Don't get me wrong, I've had plenty of scans, but they're so far apart. It's not like I'm getting them every year. I'm getting them, I think the most I ever had was like 2 in 1 year, and they were for 2 different things. But he told me that he was not going to do a scan, and that it was a UTI. And I was like, okay, whatever. Say Monday? I think it was Monday, yeah, because I was supposed to go to school. Monday morning, so like I had the same symptoms, which, keep in mind, like, leading up to this, I'm always tired, not like how days that I stay in bed, 1, because I'm depressed, and 2, because it's physically impossible for me to wake up. Like, I try really hard, and I'm up for maybe 5 minutes, 5 seconds, and I'm back to bed. I mean that literal. Like, I'll open my eyes and I'm right back to sleep. Well, my chest here and underneath my boobs were hurting really bad, like bad, and it was running down my arm, just right here. And I didn't think I was having a heart attack, but it could be a heart-related thing. It could be so many things that I waited an hour because it started at 4:30 and went until 5:30. And 5:30 is when my dude, whatever I'm gonna call him, got home. And I was like, look, I'm in a lot of pain. It's like, I cannot stand this anymore. I called the non-emergency nursing line, and I told her, I was like, hey, I'm in a lot of pain, and I don't know if I should just wait it out or what. Which, let me say, the pain didn't stop until 10 when I went to bed. And even then, a couple hours after I woke up, the pain was back. So it's been on and off since then, but yeah. So I went in, they immediately started hooking me up, did an EKG again. See what they did in my blood. Look at that, like that spot. That spot hurts where the Band-Aid was. I'm allergic to Band-Aids. I didn't know. I mean, I knew I was. I've known for a while, but I didn't know that could happen. So they did blood work, and my heart rate was 135, which is good. The top number was 135 over 110. Somewhere around there. It was like 100, 110. I know it wasn't 100. It was 110. Pretty sure, yeah. And that was the normal part. Normally, like, the top number for me is high and the bottom's low. So that's a little concerning. Just a little. And the doctor said that he took my blood. I got scans. It's funny because when I went in for the scan, and you know how the CT scan, they hook it up to your IV and push that warm medicine through. She did that, and like I had my arm up. If you've been through a CT scan, you know how it works. The medicine just started coming out of my IV, like in my arm. It was just running down my arm, and I'm like, hi, try to get their attention, which I wasn't freaking out. Like, it was like whatever, but like I had to let them know. And I was like, hey, and she's like, what? And I was like, it's sort of running out of my IV. I was like, I'm getting a little. I was like, I can feel it, but most of it's just on me or beside me. I don't think she really believed me at first. Like, she was sort of hesitant, and then she walked by and she was like, oh. And like, it was just blood and I know, graphic in that IV. I mean, that's fluid. and she's sort of panicking and like wiping off my arm and shit. I didn't mean to cuss. And she yanked off not my IV, but like the wrap around it to keep it held, and the part to hook up to my actual IV, the pole shit medicine. And after we redone it, went back, found out I had a blood clot. They don't know where it's at. It just showed up in my blood work. It's not that big from what they can tell, because if it was big, they'd be able to find it. But they also didn't really look everywhere. They just looked at my chest. So it could, I don't think it's in my arms or legs. It's somewhere in this area. It could be my arm, like here. I don't think it's anywhere else, but I don't think it's big, wherever it is. So it's not really concerning. A little concerning for me, if it goes to my lungs or my brain, Big or small, it can still do damage. So, and I didn't have a UTI. So, and it's funny because I wanted a second opinion. I was like, I need that second opinion, which you have all rights to get a second opinion. So that's what I did. I got my second opinion after I started hurting. You should always believe your doctor, but if you know something's wrong, you know something's wrong. Still don't know how to treat it. My doctors don't ever give me medicine. They tell me what's wrong and then send me on my way. My forehead looks really big. But, always push for answers. And that's what I did. But that's really all the update I have. So bye.